Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Look into my world. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given love's peace of mind. I'll be waiting there with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
Hello, everybody. Songfather here on the June 11th. Let me fix this a little. There you go. June 11th. And pretty nice day today. It didn't start off that way, that's for sure. It was cold and damp and raining like a lot. And all of a sudden, boom, the sun came out. Hardly a cloud in the sky. A little humidity out there, but pretty nice, pretty nice. I think we get a break tomorrow and then rain again on Thursday, but it's nice. And it was perfect weather for the beginning of the Subway Series between the Yankees and the Mets. And last night's game was right out, so they played it today as part of a split doubleheader. And the Yankees took the first game 12-5. Just some things make you so happy. So, a lot of Met fans aren't happy. Mets had jumped out to a 4-1 lead. But that's about it. So what are you going to do? So Big Papi, as I talked about yesterday, it's looking more and more like I said it was, some kind of a hit. And the Boston Red Sox owners sent the company jet down to the Dominican Republic and picked him up and brought him up here to a hospital. And after undergoing 6 hours down in the Dominican Republic of surgery, they did 2 hours of exploratory surgery up here just to make sure everything was right. Now, let me tell you something. That's love. That's respect for a guy that did the right thing by the team, by the organization, by his teammates, by his fans. I don't know how many other teams would do that. They'd certainly stay on top of it and everything else, but to go and send their own private jet down there and, take him in a hospital bed and everything else and whatever IVs he's got going, put him on a plane and fly him back to Boston, that's pretty damn cool. So, again, our prayers still go out to Big Papi and hope and they say he's going to, so make a nice full recovery, and that's pretty cool. And Dominican Republic, boy, I've been getting some bad press lately. And what else in the news here? Up in Canada, the police pulled over a teenager that was doing 105 miles an hour plus by the time they finally got him to pull over. And he told them that he was out to dinner with some friends and he had some really spicy hot chicken wings and he was trying to find a bathroom. I mean, okay, A for originality, kind of. But I'm sure by going 105, 110 miles an hour and then seeing the police lights behind you, I don't think you needed a bathroom after that. But, oh, my God, crazy stuff. And then the poor guy, the helicopter pilot that unfairly, they're saying, crashed into a skyscraper in Manhattan. It's not exactly that he crashed into it. He was having problems with the engine or the props or both, I don't know. and he didn't want to end up crashing into the middle of the city somewhere and hurting people. So he purposely crashed his helicopter in onto the roof of a 47-foot skyscraper, not to go into the side of it and bang off it and cause damage and anything else, and not to land in the street or wherever. So, they say he's been flying for many, many, many years. So, hails from upstate New York, volunteer fireman. He was the chief of the fire department up there for a long time, very well liked and respected. And you'd have to say what he did was very heroic. Thinking about other people's lives rather than trying to save his own. And it would have been a great story if he would have survived the whole thing. But so say a prayer for him and his family and friends. And then down in Florida, you gotta laugh. Anyway, the guy down in Florida was arrested for possession of cocaine. So while they had him, in the precinct, they found he had cocaine up his nose, both nostrils. And he told them that it wasn't his cocaine. He was holding it for a friend of his, so we really shouldn't be charged for that. You can't make this up, man. You just cannot make this stuff up. He was holding it for a friend of his. Really? Wow, that's pretty cool. It's pretty well thinking. Really thinking on your toes there, pal. And then, as I said the other day, and if you're staying on top of news and everything else, there is an all-out war. Another police officer was shot while online to get through to something, came up from behind, and shot him in the head. And that's beginning to look like some kind of a contract killing. It is definitely a war out on the police officers, and I don't see a lot of people marching, and I don't see a lot of people getting excited about it. It's like it's becoming ho-hum. Another cop got shot. I mean, just bullshit to be that way. And so the Bloods and the Crips got together across the country and started holding their own walks and awareness rallies and everything else to end the war on police officers. Yeah, and that to be commended for that. But where's everybody else? The Bloods and the Crips battling cops for a long time, but they've always, they do what they got to do on their turf and don't disrespect that and don't disrespect their colors, and I get all that. But they do big for the community, and look what they're doing now for cops across the country, bringing awareness to the fact that it's open season on the cops. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're starting to see it, but not even anywhere close to what it could be, that if it is that bad out there and then there is no backing and no respect and these guys are just, and gals are just out there for the hell of it, they're going to start second and third guessing themselves before they do anything. They're afraid to throw a punch. There's a couple of cities throughout this country right now of talking about taking away their tasers. So instead of using a taser gun, they want you to grapple with them, hand-to-hand combat. That's what you're asking these guys to do and these girls to do now when they're out in the streets. I mean, seriously? Does anybody have any clue to what the bad guys are holding on them, what they got hidden in their back pockets or in their trunks of their cars and everything else? And now you want to take the tasers away from the police officers and tell them you just get in the middle and mix with it. Then what? Then somebody says, well, it was two cops on one. I mean, stop it. Let them do their job. Back off. Put their cameras away. Stop looking for every little instigator that you can stick in somebody's face just so you can hope, to push them over that line where they say something or they start something and then they get berated up and down and lose their job and put on suspension. It has become, it's always been a hard job, but it was always a nice, well-respected job to have. Oh, you're a police officer. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for what you do. And it's not no more. And, recruitment is down, and people are starting to put their papers in. Nobody's staying around 20 out. Nobody's staying past their 20 anymore. It's just not that kind of a job, and it's become a very thankless job. And, no matter what, if you went left, you should have went right. If you went right, you should have went left, or you shouldn't have went anywhere. It's horrible. But so, props to the Bloods and the Crips for bringing awareness to this and at least starting some kind of a motion to end the war on police officers. throughout this country. Terrible, terrible, terrible thing. So, and then just before I went and started this show, so I had to make a little note here at the bottom. Down in, believe it or not, Charleston, South Carolina, again in the news, a 12-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed a 5-year-old girl. Okay, as tragic as that is, and so nobody's been arrested yet, but he's the top suspect. And well, it's not, why is he a suspect? He shot her. That's it. He admitted they shot her. They found the gun. They found the girl dead on the floor. My question is, how did he get the gun? Whose gun was it? Why wasn't it locked in the safe? Why wasn't it secured? You know, why was there ammunition in it? You know, I mean, there's a million questions that you can ask. And the only way this is going to stop is if, God forbid, that when this happens again, okay, whoever gun that was, you're going to get charged now. Not just some kind of a slap on the wrist for failure to safeguard the weapon. You know, no. You left a gun in a drawer somewhere or wherever it is with kids in the house. Where were you? Oh, you ran to the store? It doesn't matter. You have to. People have to start being held accountable. We're losing children left and right to stupidity, to ugly, heinous crimes, and I'm getting sick of it. And I'm sure everybody else that hears about it is. And again, what happens is you become numb to it. You just shake your head and like, oh my God, again, really? We can't allow ourselves to fall into that trap and just become numb and shake our head because it was South Carolina, it wasn't New York, or it wasn't LA, or wherever you guys live. It has nothing to do with it. Here is, obviously, this 12-year-old kid, he's going to be screwed up for the rest of his life mentally, hopefully with the right therapy and everything else, he can overcome that. But what happened? Was it really an accident? Was it not? I don't know. But what about the 5-year-old girl? That's it. She don't see 6, 7, 8, Junior high school, junior prom, high school prom, college, marriage, work, job, whatever. She don't see nothing anymore. 5 years old, her life is snuffed out because somebody didn't secure the gun properly. Somebody didn't put it in the safe. Unacceptable just to let it go at that. Sorry. So anyway, all right. So the Yankees, like I said, they won 12-5. That's very exciting for a Yankee fan. Very. And like I said, very cloudy, and the sun came out, and we've been waiting to sing this song pretty much for the last month or so, the way the weather's been. We've had a couple of nice days in there, but the song by the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun. We all love this song, don't we? And sing along, won't you? Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. It's been a long, long, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Sun, sun, here it comes. the fuck? What the? Just slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. It's alright. Wow. We had a little eclipse in the middle of that song there for a second. That's what happens when you're doing it like this. Excuse me. Without an engineer. I know I'm not going to sing Choo Choo Charlie again. But, yeah, so I think we recovered nicely. I'm very proud of us. So, beautiful song. Always loved that song. And, it's just kind of, it doesn't really have to do with the actual sun up in the sky. It could be about life. It could be about love. Here comes the sun. It's finally brightening up. My life, our life is finally starting brightening up. Here it comes. It's been a long time since it's been clear. It's been a long time since that light, that brightness was back in my life, and now here it is, and that's how I take the song. And, just another one of the talented songs that they wrote. And when you sit down and dissect not the hell out of it, but just dissect into the song and start really you say, wow. They were deep, and they were very musically talented, of course, and not just playing it and singing, but the way they could write the music. And it was like no music you ever heard before, all the way until they split up. It was just, it was just amazing. And then how each one of them went off on their own little way. Really, with none of them really actually falling on their face. I mean, certainly John Lennon took off for a little while there, but nobody came close to Paul. What was able to do since the Beatles broke up, and Ringo too, who's still out there bouncing around, and George Harrison, and it was just it was a fun era to be a part of, even with all the heinous things that were happening in the world. They found a way to make music about it. They also found a way to bring our attention to it, and they even found a way sometimes to make us laugh at it. So, that's a rare talent. So, kind of like me, what I say. Really? Okay. So, this next song I picked out, I haven't seen it. I picked them all out, so I don't know why I said that, but by Mr. Van Morrison, called Brown Eyed Girl. And I always liked that tune. I just like the whole idea of the song. And, you're always like happy and going. And, you take it back to the good old days. And that's what we like to do a lot. And Van Morrison, he's another guy. I think he was very well underrated. And just turn off my phone here. Make sure we don't get, whatchamacallit, cut off. Or some of those noises start coming out of that thing. Because it makes me angry. And you wouldn't like me when I was angry. If anybody could tell me what TV show that's from, you won $100,000. Go, call. Sorry, the phones are off the hook. The Hulk. So, you are my brown-eyed girl. You may, as always, you may sing along with the Songfather. I like it. Right. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rain came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a singing, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fire with our hearts a thumping. You, a brown-eyed girl, you my brown brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to them so slow? Going down the mine with the transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hide behind the rainbow's wall. Skipping and a sliding all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing la 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 dee da, just like that. La 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 dee da, la dee da. So hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. I saw you just the other day. Oh my, you have grown. Is my memory back there, Lord? Some I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing la 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 dee da, just like that. La 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 dee da, la dee da. La dee da. La dee da. Oh, sorry. Ah, fun song. I know. I saw you dancing in the kitchen. I saw you. Okay. So, the other thing I wanted to say, and I just need to get it off my chest, and then I'll go back to the last couple of songs. And I like to cook. I think we know that. You see when I post up some of the things that I make and some of the desserts, and I like it. I like to cook. I'm pretty good at it, and I like to share. I will make enough, for the whole block if I have to. And I always, if I have people over, they're always leaving with something, or I make it and I bring it over. Like I said, I had a friend whose house is being remodeled and the whole kitchen was torn apart, so I brought them over food. And I bring food into my father and Chris, at least once a week, and I bring enough for them to carry them to the end of the week that I'm there, and then into next week. And I don't mind doing that. Do it for my family, bring them downstairs to my sister and her son and my nephew, and that's fun. But please, ladies and gentlemen, bring me back the Tupperware. It's such a little thing to do, but it gets me absolutely pazzo in the head. Like, wait a minute. I got a friend out there. His name is Razzle Dazzle, Larry Randazzo. He must have 15, 16 of my Tupperwares. Yeah, Sonny, I bring them back as soon as I get a chance. Been a little busy running to work and coming back, and I can take care of my car, and I got to do the laundry. But I got them. They're clean. They're in a bag, and I'm going to bring them as soon as I can. Where are they? Give me my Tupperware. Come on. And certain people who I won't mention, but they'll know when they hear this, they throw it out. And I say, well, why did you throw them out? Oh, it's very bad for you to reuse Tupperware. It's the whole reason for the company being born. It's the whole idea behind it. You put the food in it, bing, bing, you take it out, you wash it, and you can reuse it. It's not like use it and throw it in the garbage. And I buy a lot of them, not the exact Tupperware brand, but I buy them off Amazon. The ones that you get in the restaurants, nice black bottom with the plastic top, and you snap them. When you want to take a doggy bag home, or if you go to some of the high-end places, at least around here on the island, where you can get food to go. but it's not a restaurant. It's, it's like in a store, like an Uncle Giuseppe's or something like that. Those things are wonderful. They're great, They're good food storage containers, and I'm buying them 20 and 30 at a time, and then, as after a month goes by, I got like 3 left, and 17 tops, which I can never figure that part out, but bring me back my Tupperware, all right? I'm sure a lot of people go through that out there, and I know it's just as frustrating for you, isn't it? Gets me nuts. So, yeah, am I picking on things again? Is it that important? Am I being petty? I certainly am. And I want my Tupperware back. All of them. The big ones and the small ones and the square ones. I want them all back. Thank you. Okay, so now we do this other song by the Beatleys called Do You Want to Know a Secret? And, I remember when this song first came out, you're listening to it, and you promise not to tell, and you're like, oh, this could be good, this could be juicy. And then he's actually telling the girl the secret. I'm in love with you. That's the secret. Pretty cool. And hold on, there you go. And it was, very. I don't even think it hit 2.5 minutes long. The whole song. Maybe it was 2 minutes, but it was so popular and told such a nice story, and had such a simple, just a simple flow to the music. It was one of their most remembered and top songs from back then when they first came onto the scene in the British invasion, as they say. But so here is, Do You Want to Know a Secret? Because you'll never know how much I really love you. Mm-hmm. You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the word you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Listen. Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the word you long to hear. I'm in love with you. I've known a secret from we go to. Nobody knows, just we two. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the word you long to hear. I'm in love with you. See? Before you even know it, you're just getting into the song. Your feet are starting to tap, and all of a sudden the damn song is over. But that's the way it is in music sometimes. So I'm looking over here. They got Masahashi Rashara Tanaka, and I don't know. They say that they need the interpreter, but I watched his eyes, and he knows exactly what's being said. So it's a pretty slick move if you think about it. If the guy says the wrong thing, he can say. Anyway, so it's good. It's good to see him get back on track and get a nice some run support, and because he still gave up a couple homes today, but 12-5, I think he'll take it and be very happy with it. And since it's a split doubleheader, which I don't know how many people out there remember the regular doubleheaders, but you would go to a game at 1 o'clock and you wouldn't go home until 8 o'clock that night. You got to sit through both games, which was pretty cool. And then as we got a little bit older, well, we don't remember much of the second game. Anyway, now it's a split. So you go to the first game at 1 o'clock, and then the game's over, and then they have to empty out the whole stadium and clean it and sweep it, and that part I like. And then get it all ready, and then, we're going to restock the stands all around the whole place, and then boom, you bring them in for the 7 o'clock game. So you don't get a true doubleheader. You get to see the game you were supposed to see, which would have been last night, except for the rain. So I understand that part of it. It's all about business. It isn't not an extra 40,000 tickets being sold if you get to see both doubleheaders for the same ticket. So I get that. But I do miss that. I got to be honest. Sometimes it was fun. That was the day. The day was planned. We're going to the doubleheader, and that's it. But so now we see what happens tonight. See who they're going to bring up. They're saying Mr. Judge and Mr. Giancarlo Stanton are very, very close to coming back. And poor Didi Gregorius, his bat has been pretty good. He pushes a little here and there, but since he came up, I don't know, 4 days ago now, he's already got 4 throwing errors. And so, all of a sudden, all the panic buttons are being pushed. Oh, my God, Tommy John surgery, something's not right. Something's happening again. And the guy hasn't really thrown a ball in over a year. Tommy John surgery is a very, very effective surgery, but it's very slow rehab coming back. Because if you go too fast and push too hard, you tear it again, and that could end your career, aside from needing Tommy John again. So, don't panic. He's just a little wound up, reminds me of, I don't remember the name of the movie, but the kid that came out to pitch for Cleveland. He had the same kind of thing. He had hurt his shoulder or something, and they, reattached the muscle, but somehow he was striking out everybody in the major leagues. And that's what's happening with Didi right now. He's a little too tight, and so he's overthrown a little bit, but he'll be okay. And just in time, too, because, like another, what's today, the 11th, so less than a month will be the All-Star break, and that's when Judge is supposed to be back, and Stanton hopefully will be back, and then pretty much almost all the rest of them down the line, and start giving these kids a little break here and there, which is good. It's good for them, too, I would not want to be the people making that decision, though, because, these kids, unbelievable. They've been just doing unbelievable, from Gio and Luke Voigt and, Frazier, aside from his, his almost comical plays in the outfield. He's not a right fielder, so that's where they stuck him, and what are you going to do? But, they've been producing how many come-from-behind victories they got, and, it's been so far a fun season to watch and a fun season to root for the New York Yankees. And all you haters out there, I understand. Trust me, I do. It's got to suck to be you. Are you kidding? I got so many friends through Facebook on here that, they every chance they get, stick it right to me, And, I think that's what makes it fun also. Not just rooting for your team, but, busting balls with your friends and, oh, your team sucks. Oh, yeah, how'd your guy do yesterday? And this and back and forth, And that's why I notice it's very quiet today from all my Met friends. I'm looking at my phone. I ain't got one. Not one. If it was the other way around, I'm pretty sure it would be, because that's just how I am, Hey, Sonny, my TV broke and I don't have money for a new one. Could you please tell me who won the Yankee game and the Met game today? That's what I would be getting if the Mets won. So, or when the Mets made it, going down to the final wire, and it looked like they were going to the World Series, or when they were in the World Series. And hey, Sonny, who's in the World Series, right? New York, but not the Yankees, is it? You son of a. But so it's all good, clean fun. And this last song by Mr. Perry Como, who I was surprised over the years, to be honest with you. I liked him. He had a certain little swagger about him, but, he was always wearing the sweaters like Andy Williams. Used to piss me off. I don't know why, but. And he just like, I don't know, he was like an old man to me, but he wasn't. And now, like Tony Bennett is now. Tony Bennett's big, and this is before Lady Gaga. He's just big with the younger generation too. They dig the guy. He's just a cool dude, and that's how Perry Como was. And I'm surprised that when I go to weddings or sometimes to a Sweet 16 or a bar mitzvah, and this song gets played an awful lot, Catch Your Falling Star. And, it's a cute little song. I just didn't think it would be still as popular as it was when it first came out. But everybody loves it. Catch Your Falling Star, you put it in your pocket, save it for a rainy day. No, okay. Oh, that was me doing it. It would have burnt a hole in my pants, and never mind. Dig it? Catch your falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch your falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you wanna hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight. Catch your falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch your falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. For love may come and tap you on the shoulder some starless night. And just in case you feel you wanna hold her, you'll have a pocket full of starlight.
Pocket full of starlight.
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. When troubles start multiplying, and they just might, it's easy to forget them without trying. With just a pocket full of starlight, catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. 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 How's that? How's that? That was a wonderful song, and now you can see why it's so cool. And then somebody had asked me, I start every show with "Welcome to My World," and that was me singing it in the studio. And we would like to hear you sing it live yourself. Well, it is me, but so they wanted to hear it, so I said, all right, let me do this, because I do happen to like that song a lot. And we got a couple of extra minutes here, so here is "Welcome to My World," a beautiful song by Mr. Elvis, Aaron, 2H Presley, and too many more to mention, but it's a beautiful song. And like I said, they'll be starting every show that way, because you guys are always welcome to my world. Love it. Maybe they want to see my lips actually saying it. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into my heart, leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this heart of mine. I'll be waiting there with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. All right, everybody happy now? Anyway, so have a good day. I think that'll wrap it up for today. Get ready for Game 2 of the Subway Series between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. You never know who's going to show up at these games, especially on a day like today. And so thank you all again for tuning in. Keep all the nice things coming. I like it. It makes me, feel good. It makes me feel like I'm getting out there. And, the viewing audience has gotten better. The last two were almost 2,000 each. Coming from maybe 2.5 weeks ago, it was 200 to 2,000. I think we're on to something. And who was it now? Stella Napolitano wanted me to sing, and this could be the start of something big. So I think I'll do it tomorrow for her. I said, don't you think it'd be too pompous for me to sing that? She goes, what do you care? You're the Songfather. I like it. And we have a little dog out there that I've known almost my whole life. I think I mentioned him on the first show. And he's getting up there in age, but somehow, some way, some moron stepped on him, and couldn't walk on his foot for like 2 days, and they took him to the vet, and they gave him some pain medicine. Maybe they gave him too much, or his body wasn't used to it. But there was a lot of sadness and a lot of crying going on today because it looked like Pebbles wasn't going to make it, but he's doing good. But everybody say a prayer for Pebbly Poo, cutest little dog. I know everybody's heard it a million times, especially when you have your own dog. But you know the type I'm talking about, the white poodle, with the little black nose just sitting on the top there, and the tears that come down the eyes that you can't clean up no matter what you do with it. And I taught him how to jump on the bed, and he didn't have enough confidence, and I do that with everybody in my life. So if you don't think you can do it, we're going to keep doing it until you do. And I remember the first time he made it on top of the bed, the look on his face, he was so freaking proud of himself that he jumped, 4,000 feet in the air to land on his bed. It's a little hairy, it's still a little touch and go. I think they're going to take him for x-rays in a few hours, and just to make sure that there's nothing broken in the foot, and run some blood tests, make sure he doesn't have any infections in there. But so just say a prayer for Pebbly Poo, everybody out there. And that's it, and I love you. You guys are great. Welcome to my world always, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I keep saying, if you have any suggestions or anything, let me know. I'm not hearing from nobody, so I guess everybody's happy. All right, I like it that way. So, as we say at the end of every thought for the day, and would you believe this? You see, it's like Italians can never say goodbye. Remember, I went on a little rant the other day about people using thought for the day. Why would it's people that was sending me messages. It's a form of flattery if they're copying it. Like the next day. The very next day, 8 o'clock in the morning on my wall, thought for the day from some guy. I'm like, come on. Anyway, all right. Love yous all. Have a good night, everybody. Ciao. 1, 2, 3. Bam. And now you go like this with your eyes until I click off. Ready? Everybody do it. All right, ready? Here we go.